A second time. I accidentally hit the stop button, didn't I? Daniel, get your guitar. Let's start again. We'll do it again. Oh, well. That was 3 minutes of hitting the wrong button. So PhD, push here, dummy. Hello, folks. Welcome to Dinosaur Adventureland. Take 2. This is April the 19th, and I'm going to move this cursor over, or I can't do that again. April the 19th, 2017. I figured out why they call it a cursor. Okay.
I just got that.
You just got that. Okay. Anyway, welcome. So you got the song. We can sing in key maybe this time now. I'll try. And I'm going to sit a little closer to the microphone so you can hear me. And Daniel, oh, hang on. Get this mic wire over here. Go ahead, Daniel. Sing. Take it away.
This world is not my home. I'm just passing through. My treasure is laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The angels beckon me from heaven's open door. And I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, I know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what would I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door. And I can't feel at home in this world anymore.
Awesome. Amen. Yes. When I broke my arm, I said, now when I get this cast off, will I be able to play the guitar? He said, oh yeah, no problem. I said, good. I've always wanted to learn to play the guitar. I guess it didn't come automatically though, did it? Okay. All right. Steve, how is the website stuff? Anything you need to tell everybody? We've been having issues. Is it?
Like what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Well,
It's getting better.
is it working?
The current website has its problems. The
new
website is about 4 weeks off.
4 weeks till the new website, the super duper, all the fancy whistles and bells and 4-speed automatic and everything. And
secure, most importantly.
And secure. Yeah. Well, we have it secure, but it doesn't give a security certificate. And
it's
anyway, 4 weeks. Pray for it. It's coming. And a whole bunch of money. Whoo-wee. Whole bunch of money. Okay, we got some new folks here. Helen and Nellie drove all the way from Arizona. It takes, and you drove it in by yourself when Nellie's 11, so you drove it by yourself in 25 hours.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of Texas between here and Arizona. Unreal, isn't it?
And New Mexico.
And New Mexico. Now, Tom, you came from Dallas last night with the camo netting, which you guys have up. It looks really good. Yay. Here, so, on camera, is that okay? You won't get in trouble? Huh? Sure, okay. Tom's in the, how long you been in the military?
11 years.
11 years, okay.
Yeah, don't chastise me.
And you were coming here last night, got to Shreveport, and what happened?
There's a reason why there's safety laws.
Right.
One of those trucks was going from Texas to Louisiana.
They probably can't hear you, so projector.
They're going from Texas to Louisiana, okay?
A truck with a bunch of stuff on the back.
Yeah, it's a hydraulic arm for like lifting people up in the air.
Okay, right.
And he didn't strap down his stabilizer plates, and they're about the size of a manhole, and they weigh almost 100 pounds.
Yeah, the big steel plates that they put down to stabilize the machine while they're working.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
And it hit a bump, it flew out, and it took out the Dodge 350, or the Ford F-350 in front of me. And then it ricocheted off him, then it hit my Suburban, took out my Suburban. I hit the brakes just in time because it was coming right on my face.
Okay.
So Satan tried to kill me. He didn't want those camo nets getting here.
Right.
That's
okay.
What it was. I've never been in a wreck before. It's the first time it's ever happened. And 6 hours later, I finally get my car towed, and just so happens I have renter's insurance, so they gave me the Ford F-150 I drove here.
Yeah, okay.
So I took everything out of my truck. They didn't want to give me the truck. I said, hey, I just transferred all my stuff unless you want to transfer it again for me. He's like, no, I'll just give you the truck.
Okay.
He didn't want to do that either.
So you got in what time last night?
About midnight.
Yeah. About midnight last night. Worked all day today?
Yep. I left at 5 in the morning, planning to get here around 3 in the afternoon because I want to get around in the daytime.
Right. And best laid plans of mice and men. We know how that goes. Okay. Amen. Well, you got it. You only got here with the camo knitting. You got it up, and you've had the tour of Dinosaur Adventureland.
Yes.
So what do you think?
It's a blast.
It's a blast.
It reminds me of home in so many ways. Just fun.
Yeah, it is. Just. And you said I'm the same age as your dad.
Yes, he's 64 years old.
Yeah, 64.
And he
Okay.
got his birthday in May. and he has about 100 acres in Missouri.
Okay.
A lot like this, only he uses it for hunting.
We absolutely, this place drives, I love this place. Okay.
Yes.
Today, I got to take my wife out for a ride in the dune buggy. Mary, your hair looks windblown like
Yeah.
mine does. There I am driving the dune buggy with the Porsche engine that goes 70 to 0 in 1 second when you hit a tree. There's the front of the dune buggy that are now frog eyes. Thank you, Freddie, so much. You have improved it
Yes.
greatly from what it was before. Daddy, never mind. Okay, welcome to Dinosaur Adventureland. So here we are, having a blast. Okay, more announcements. Josiah with the phones, is that still working, Steve? If I know he has, the guy who gave us the phone said if anybody signs up with him to get phones, he will donate money to Dinosaur Adventureland. But then his wife had a baby and nearly died. So things have been a little hectic there.
That's not the right number, is it?
I don't know. You tell me.
Hold on, hold on.
That's the number I've got on my screen. So if you want to get a Verizon service through Josiah, he will give you just this phone is so cool. It has a little projector goes on the back, a video projector.
Really?
The back comes off and you snap the projector on there. You can lay in bed and project it on the ceiling and watch movies laying down. It is the coolest thing since not quite since peanut butter, maybe since sliced bread. But it's little bitty projectors. The projector's not much bigger than the phone, and it's bright. It is really, really cool. So I'm loving it. Because since I broke my back and I broke 3 neck bones in my neck and had whiplash, and I slide on my back all the time. That backsliding, Baptists do that. And then, and so it feels good to lay down and watch a movie rather than have to sit up. Brother, thank you for the massage. That was awesome. One more before you go. The sooner the quicker. Okay. Yes. All right. What about other announcements? I already did that. Did that. Oh, May 11th. I'm speaking in Crockett, Texas, East Texas. If anybody wants to come to that one. And Justin McGregor, the artist, did a lot of work for us. Is looking for more artwork. If you want to get a hold of him, 850-723-0834. We are just broke, and everybody's volunteering here now, and he needs to pay his own bills like everybody else. And we still need a truck to haul stuff from Wisconsin. Okay. Fox Valley, Wisconsin, and from Minneapolis. We got people want to donate a lot of stuff up there. If you're coming this way to Dinosaur Adventureland and can get a truck or a car with a trailer you can pull, that would be great. That is the right number?
I was going to mention on about that. Somebody called about that.
Oh, you tell Lady Di about that. Tell Lady Di about that. What about the number for Joshua, though?
It's 570
570 899 9482. The number I've got. Okay. If you want to get the Verizon service, he will donate money to Dinosaur Adventureland and give you great, incredible phones. 570-899-9482. Okay. Daniel chapter 11. We are studying what the Bible teaches is going to happen in the future. Praise God for a book that teaches what's coming next, and for a God who knows what's coming next. So, our open house, boy, is that crooked on the screen. Whoa, no, making it worse, Hovind. Okay, there we go. According to evolution, things get better automatically. Real professional here. I'll lean over with it. Okay, open house. Oh, I just shut it off.
At night.
It'll come back on.
You got your camera leg up on the Bible.
Camera leg is up on the Bible. There. Oh, there's okay. So it wasn't quite so crooked. I knew. Never mind. Okay. Open house this day after tomorrow, like Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday afternoon. Ernie's bringing the smoker and barbecued Boston butts. That's a tang-tungler. But if you want to come from 10 to 5 and see what we've done around here, we are not open, but we are certainly having fun. It's awesome.
Register for lunch.
If you want lunch, you got to register. Otherwise, there may not be enough for you. So call Rhonda, 855-BIG-DINO. The dock out there, Dave, you put a bunch of pallets in there and a bunch of pine trees and cedar trees. That's going to be a fish hotel. Going to be an excellent place for fish to live and a wonderful place to lose your lure. So we're going to take a bunch of pictures of it before the water comes up with all the pallets and everything in the way and say, we built this for the fish, not for you. If If you want to try to catch a fish, great. But if you catch your lure on one of these things, just cut the line and go cry for a while and go buy a new lure, okay? And then the guy's been working on the dam down there, and it is incredible, the stuff they've done. So it's looking much better than it was. Okay, Daniel chapter 11. Lots to do. In my book, I wrote, What on Earth is About to Happen, for Heaven's Sake? We cover a lot of what the Bible teaches in the future. I want to maybe take this a little slightly different direction tonight, but it's so wonderful to have a God who knows what's coming. Here's why. This is not 2017 in heaven. I don't think this concept will fit into anybody's brain. I know it won't fit into my brain. But God is not limited by time. I've tried every way I can to think of it, to illustrate it, to explain it, to understand it, but every illustration falls apart at some point. Let's one example that may help. Can we sit right here and look at a timeline of human history? And I'm sitting here in my chair looking at this 6,000-year timeline. The Bible teaches God made Adam and Eve about 6,000 years ago. Noah's life would be right in here. Abraham's life, Moses' life, King David, Daniel, Jesus Christ, the Vikings, the Norwegians, and today. We can sit right here and look at 6,000 years of history because we're not stuck on the line. We're outside of the line looking at it. So technically, I could look at all of Abraham Lincoln's life 160 years ago, born 1809, 200 years ago, because I'm not in the timeline. God is outside of the timeline. Right now, he sees yesterday, today, tomorrow. He sees all of it at the same time. So when he wants to make a prediction, it's not really a prediction, it's a fact. This is going to happen. Now, that doesn't mean he's causing it. That means he knows. He knows every decision you're going to make. Now, you don't know which decisions you're going to make. And you should try to make the right ones, but he does. I use the illustration in my book. This is 3rd edition, by the way. Got a few changes, corrections in here. 3rd edition of the, yay, getting better every time. By the 20th edition, we're going to have to do the 21st edition. So, but I use the illustration in here. If I'm sitting watching a football game, which I never do, I hate to see a bunch of grown men fight over the same ball with tight pants on. But so we're going to, I understand. Why would they wear nylons? Never mind. Okay. Mary, I'm sorry. But if I watch a football game and the last 3 seconds, the guy throws the bomb, the Hail Mary pass. And if the guy catches it, they win. If he misses it, they lose. It's one of those cliffhangers, and he throws the bomb. The guy's running down the field with his tongue hanging out, trying to catch the ball. And then other big guys are trying to jump on him and break his ribs. And I video the game while I'm watching it. You call me up afterwards and say, hey, Brother Hovind, who won the game? I say, I'm not telling you. Come on over, let's watch it. So we sit there and I hit play and we're watching through the game. We get to the last 3 seconds and you see the guy rear back and throw. The ball's flying through the air and I hit pause. Now right there, we've got 3 positions clearly illustrated. The guys on the ground are in complete control of what happens. If they're good, they're going to catch it. If they don't do it right, he won't catch it. They have control. I'm sitting on the couch. I have knowledge. I know what's going to happen. But I have no control over it at all. I just have the knowledge. I've already seen it. Because to me, it's history. To them, it's happening. But to me, it's already history. I've already seen it. I know what's going to happen. You are sitting on the couch saying, hit play, I want to see what happens. Because you have neither knowledge nor control. So for God to know everything, if he didn't know everything, he wouldn't be God. But that does not mean he's controlling everything. We are in complete control of our life. But he knows what you'll do every time. That boggles my mind, which doesn't take much anyway, but I guess it boggled easily. So the first year, Daniel 11, here's a prophecy here. In the first year of Darius the Mede, even I stood to confirm and to strengthen him. Keep in mind, Daniel was taken away captive, made into a eunuch, look that up, and then made to work for the very people that did this to him. And he worked there for like 70 years for the enemy that slaughtered his people by the millions. captured 10,000 of the big, smartest young teenagers, took them back to be slaves in Babylon. So when 70 years was up, some of the people went back. Daniel kept on working there, only now he's like, 85 or 90 years old, maybe even 100. And now he's working for Darius the Mede. And he stood to confirm and to strengthen him. Now listen carefully. If you have a job and you are an employee of a heathen boss, how many have ever had a heathen boss before? Okay, in the military, you get a whole bunch of them. Right? You still do the right thing. You be a godly employee. Daniel didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be there for any of those 70 years, but that's where he was. Okay, God, I don't like this, but I'm serving you. And he was a great leader for his pagan boss. If you're working for a pagan boss, you ought to be making him money. Yep.
He wants you to break the law.
Not if you break the law. Now, Daniel was never asked to break the law, but he did have to work for a pagan boss. Right. A Christian would draw the line at that point. If your boss says, hey, you work for me, go kill that guy. Well, no, of course not. You don't break the law. Or here, you deliver this package of drugs. Obviously, there's certain lines you would draw. But the point would be that I think a lot of Christians think, well, I'm a Christian, he's not, therefore I don't have to be a good worker for him. That's a sad attitude to have. You ought to do the best you can with wherever you are. Life gives you lemons, and make lemonade. When I was in the Bureau of Prisons, they moved me all over the place 32 times. I worked hard. If I'm working in the kitchen, I worked hard. I hated every minute of it. But God, I'm your child. I don't work for these guys. I work for you. I want you to be pleased with me. That's all I want. Okay? That's the attitude you got to have. You may have, some women may have a husband that's a jerk, a moron, a pagan, whatever. That's your husband. You take Daniel's advice. You be the best wife any man's ever had. He said, I don't like the guy. Well, you just let God take care of it. That's what happened with Nabal and Abigail. Yeah. God killed him, but she was just a good wife. Sometimes you're just stuck in a situation you don't want to be in. How many ever been in one of those before? Say, I don't want to be here, but I'm here, okay. Then you just say, okay, God, I want you to be pleased with everything. How I act and how I react. I want you to be pleased. Okay. And now will I show thee the truth. So Daniel is going to interpret the truth and tell the future to his pagan boss. Hey, king, God has told me what's going to happen to your kingdom. Would you like to hear about that? Sure. And Daniel was a godly employee, slave, for a pagan boss. There shall stand up yet 3 kings of Persia. He says, king, there's going to be 3 more kings after you. Your Persian empire is going to last for a while. That's good to know. I mean, it's like somebody standing up telling the president of the United States, hey, we're going to have 5 more presidents. Oh, wow, that's good to know. America's going to last for a while. And the 4th shall be far richer than they all, and by his strength, through his riches, he shall stir up all against the realm of Grecia. This guy's going to be rich. And the king of Greece is going to say, oh, I want that. This has been the history of the world. You work hard, you get something, and your neighbor or somebody else says, oh, look, they've got it, I don't. I'm going to go take it from them. Isn't that the foundation of all theft? That's the foundation of the love of money is the root of all evil. Isn't that just about every war in the world been started that way? They want more land, more gold, more whatever, Persia is going to become rich, and the king of Greece is going to say, whoa, I want that. And he's going to come attack you for it. Now, if you look at the book of Esther, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, just before the book of Psalms, Esther is a fascinating book. Esther was one of those who also was taken captive and didn't want to be there. And she won a beauty contest, which she didn't want to participate in, and was forced to marry the king, who she didn't love and didn't know and didn't want to marry. And she became wife number, 50 or whatever it was. She finds herself stuck in a tough spot. Sometimes people just have a cross to bear and a tough road to hoe. Esther, it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus. This is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India even to Ethiopia. He had a huge kingdom. This is probably the fourth kingdom. So during the time of the fourth kingdom, the one that's going to be taken captive, going to lose the battle to Egypt or to Greece, God calls one of his godly, beautiful, gorgeous young Jewish women to marry this heathen king. What an interesting, it'd be a soap opera if it wasn't, it was true though. I mean, it's just true. And sometimes God puts people in positions like he's got a bigger picture he's looking at here. He sees it very differently than we do. That in those days, when King Ahasuerus sat on the throne of the kingdom, which was in Shushan, the palace. Anyway, you can read all about it in the book of Esther. The kingdom of Persia went from India all the way to Ethiopia. Monster kingdom. It included what today is Iraq, which used to be called Babylon, which is what this whole vision is about. Because Daniel is a captive in Babylon, and he's doing all this. But now the Persians next door, which is Iran, have taken over Babylon, which today is Iraq. And the Persians and the Babylonians have been fighting they don't even know why, but they've been fighting forever. Okay?
Yeah.
We hate those folks. The boys and girls, I remember, we hate them. Daddy, why? I don't know why, but Grandpa hated them, so we do too. Okay, that's just the way it is, right? In the military, right? You just go attack them. Why? You shut up. You don't need to know why. Just go shoot them. Okay, yes, sir. Go shoot them. Right? Go shoot them. So, and a mighty king shall stand up. Here's back to Daniel. Huh? Oh, back to Daniel. And a mighty king shall stand up. We are way over time. We only covered 2 verses. We'll get more into the Babylonian Empire and the Persian Empire later. We got ice cream waiting. Now, if you have never come to work at Dinosaur Adventureland, we just want you to know what you're missing, okay? What flavors did you get, Steve?
Napoleon, cookies and cream, vanilla.
Not Napoleon, Neapolitan.
Whatever.
Napoleon, if it's his ice cream, it's really, really old, okay? It's freezer burnt by now. Neapolitan, okay? Cookies and cream, chocolate caramel, butter pecan.
No, I didn't get it.
You did not get butter pecan.
Send him out again.
Blasphemy.
You're fired.
That's it.
Send him out again.
Lady Di, can you straighten him out?
I'll try.
You'll try, okay. We have a blast around here. If you want to come help, come on. If you want to help with our building all the stuff, we have a huge list of things we'd like to do. We just ran out of money before we ran out of projects and ideas, and the ideas just keep coming. If you eat ice, I get the butter pecan ice cream and put the chocolate and more nuts on top. And it makes you dream really cool dreams at night. You wake up at 2 in the morning with these wild ideas like, wow, we could do that. You should see the big swing I thought of. We're going to, Mary, you took pictures on my phone of that giant swing up in, where was that? North Carolina? We're out of time. Show them tomorrow. I got to load, somebody had to load them on the computer and I can show them tomorrow. Never mind. Okay, see you later. We'll get into Daniel chapter 11, maybe later. Okay, bye.